Hey guys, this is Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, and today we're talking about team killing in Fortnite Battle Royale. About a week ago, AlexRamiGaming, a very popular YouTube streamer, got temporarily banned for deliberately team killing 2 of his squad members while streaming. If you guys want to go know about that, click the eye in the top right hand corner or click the link in the description below. I go and talk about it from Twitch streamers going and breaking the rules and how Epic is going to be really tough on them. This sparked a massive debate about team killing and if it should be in the game at all. There are many sides to this story, but let's start out with the side that wants to keep friendly fire in the game. If you only play solos or only queue up with friends in duos and squads, friendly fire adds a fantastic element to the game. You have to be careful with your shots and grenades, think in a more tactical way to ensure that you don't kill your teammates in the process of taking out enemies. While this may result in some frustrating moments, these can be equally hilarious with some insane plays being made. These moments can also be educational as you try to go and figure out how you could have played that scenario differently for next time it happens in one of your games. Overall, I think there's more weight to your actions when you have friendly fire on. That raises the stakes and results in more satisfying battles and wins. Now for example, if friendly fire is off, you could have 2 people spam grenades and RPGs into a base while the other 2 people rush in with shotguns. This would be super cheesy and the enemy team would hate it as there really isn't anything you can do. There's zero counterplay. You've got these explosions going off, you really can't see anything, you've got these people diving on top of you with shotguns. Overall, you have to be an absolute beast to try to go and win a fight from that really big disadvantage, and overall, a lot of people wouldn't be able to do that, me included. So that just goes and transfers the frustration. One team gets a really easy win, therefore they don't really get the satisfaction besides just dominating an opponent, but that gets old. And the losing team, the enemies that get obliterated, they just feel cheesed out and frustrated because they could have done absolutely nothing in order to go and win that fight. Overall, the quality of play goes down, so the satisfaction of winning goes down, and frustration rises as squads would regularly utilize annoying strategies like the one I talked about before. Getting team killed is terrible, and I'll talk about that more later, but being helpless against an enemy squad feels even worse in my opinion. Now this is for solos and playing with friends in duos and squads, but with Phil on, it's a very different story. I think it's fair to say that right now, Fortnite Battle Royale has a team killing problem in squads. If you queue up into squads with Phil turned on, there is a possibility that you may be deliberately team killed by one of your squad members. It could just be they wanted to be annoying. You might have a bolt action sniper rifle, maybe they wanted to make a bit of a meme out of you. Whatever the reason, the possibility is there. This is present in all Battle Royale games and a lot of multiplayer games in general, so what makes Fortnite different? Well, right now in Fortnite Battle Royale, there is little to no repercussions with deliberate team killing. This is a green light to the community that it's okay to do it, and that more than likely you won't be banned because of it. A lot of people in my Rami video were saying, if Epic doesn't want deliberate team killing, why don't they just go and turn off friendly fire altogether? Now I get what you're saying, but I think this is the wrong way to look at it. As I explained before, I personally think that Fortnite's gameplay will be worse off if friendly fire is disabled. It's basically letting a small minority of childish players take the game hostage until Epic Games goes and bows down and changes the game to stop them. Now this would go and solve the problem, 100% it would go and solve the problem, but it would also go and affect the 99% of people that play the game fairly, and even though it might not be apparent now, a change like this would make the game less fun and rewarding as a whole. For every problem that gets resolved with friendly fire being turned off, there's going to be another problem that goes and crops up, and I think a lot of them will be around explosives. At the moment, explosives are in, I think, not the best spot, but a decent spot, because it's a bit of risk reward, right? If you want to go and use an explosive, you have to make sure that you don't hit yourself, you don't hit your teammates, and you have to go and try to aim towards the enemy. In close range, that's basically a death sentence if there's any teammates around you, but also a death sentence for the enemy. So with that said, if friendly fire is turned off, you can just go and say to your teammate, rush him with a shotgun, I'll just fire a few RPGs. If I don't finish him off, you will. And in the end of it, your enemy is just going to feel absolutely frustrated. There's nothing they can go and do. While this might be a bit of a weird example, I think the 50 vs 50 mode goes and shows this off perfectly. Having team killing disabled in that mode is a no-brainer, but the mode itself really isn't that rewarding. Most of the time, I've just been running in and shooting people with little to no thought on my positioning or aim or how to go and work with the rest of my squad. It feels like no respawn team deathmatch. Now this is not me hating on the mode. 50 vs 50 is a great casual experience, but I don't want this bounded experience to be the main focus of Fortnite, and hence why it shouldn't be a permanent mode. I'm not against the whole team dynamic. I'm against the whole, you don't really have to think about anything. And when you don't think about anything, you go on autopilot and you shoot people and it's kind of fun. Overall, that just gets boring, and I think team killing is very much linked to that. If we keep solos and squads and duos the way it has that element of risk, and risk and reward is so fantastic. If you go into a fight knowing how it's going to go and play out 10 out of 10 times, then in the end of it, why are you playing a competitive video game? Because there really isn't any reward to it. You're just simply playing, just going through the motions, just shooting people, winning games. There isn't really much to it. But if you have a bit more risk, a bit more reward, the potential's a bit higher, I think overall that would make the game a lot more rewarding, as it already is. The reason why people love Fortnite Battle Royale so much, and the reason why I love Fortnite Battle Royale so much, is because there is a limitless amount of stuff that you can go and do. Each match is unique, every battle is tense, and by taking away one layer, this amazing experience would go and suffer. Would it go and still be a fantastic game? Of course, but if you go and take away the experience layer by layer, then overall the whole formula that makes Fortnite Battle Royale so great goes and crumbles. So what needs to go and change? Obviously not the gameplay itself, everybody loves that. It's Epic's response to team killing. When it comes to banning team killers, Epic just needs to be on the ball. Being a free-to-play game, people can make more and more accounts, so the punishment needs to be quick, but also fair and based on proof with an appeals process in case a squad tries to frame you. If a player hops into Fortnite Battle Royale and their sole objective is going to ruin the experience of the 3 other people in the squad, their punishment needs to be quick. And it needs to be so quick that to them, it isn't worth making another account, because by the time they make another account and only team kill, 3-4 times, they're going to get that account banned, they need another email. Overall, it needs to be a painful process for them in order to keep getting back into the game, and that's how we go and keep it out from a really fundamental level. But this requires a lot of man hours, this requires a lot of people on the support tickets, so furthermore there could be a cooldown system that Counter-Strike Global Offensive has. First 1 or 2 team kills in a day, no punishment, but the more you team kill, the more it's apparent that you're doing it deliberately. So 24-hour suspensions all the way up to month-long bans could be handed out. It works perfectly fine in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and in that game, it's a lot easier to go in team kill just accidentally. In Fortnite, if you want to go in team kill deliberately, you've got to go and make a point about it. You've got to get right up close and personal, you've got to go and hit those shots with a pump action, a tactical, whatever. You really got to go and make it a point that you want to go and kill your teammate. And if you go and mistakenly kill once or twice with a grenade, overall, that won't really go and affect you. This is only for the people that really just want to go and make the experience hell for everybody else. Now, while this wouldn't go and stop the person that deliberately team kills once or twice every week, it would stop the mass offenders, and more than likely, these are the ones that are making the game frustrating for a lot of people. This system also goes and gives some leeway for people that accidentally team kill, and if a legit player does go and get hit by a 30-minute suspension for killing 3 people in a very short amount of time, then maybe they need to be a little bit more careful on the trigger. Overall, this is never going to be perfect. There's always going to be the back and forth of people saying that it should be disabled, it should be turned on. But I think at this point in time, having it on goes in, really enriches the experience. I'm having a lot of fun with Fortnite Battle Royale. A lot of people are having fun with Fortnite Battle Royale. And if you go and change the gameplay, the core gameplay experience, that can go and alienate a lot of people. You may go and make a good portion of people happy, but you're going to go and make a lot of other people unhappy as well. So it's trying to go and keep the peace, trying to go and weigh the scales per se. And at this point, I think it's really up to Epic to go and improve their processes of banning rather than actually changing the game. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go and hit that like button, and also subscribe for more Fortnite Battle Royale videos. But other than that, Undercover Dudes all the way from down under, out.